This is the Wealthy Wednesday Show with your host, Lucy McMonagle, a money manifestor, coach, and public speaker who's on a mission to helping you create more wealth in your life and business. This show will inspire and empower you with various topics and has expert guests. Let's welcome your host, Lucy McMonagle.
Hi, welcome to the Wealthy Wednesday Show. This is your host, Lucy McMonagle, and I am so excited that you are here with me today. I have a very special guest, and her name is Sherina Mayani, and she is a life and business coach who guides women to clear their blocks, upgrade their mindset, and make money and get clients so that they can create and build a coaching business of their dreams. She has successfully guided, coached, and motivated women from all around the world to create and build a coaching business that sets them free. Wouldn't you love to have some more freedom in your life and your coaching business? So we definitely want you to listen up today, because she is also a Divine Living certified coach, and she is bilingual. So if you speak Spanish or English, she's definitely your lady. And all of her coaching programs are available in both the languages. So let's give a warm welcome. Welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Wow, you are so amazing. You have started your coaching business and taken right off like a superstar. And you have successfully helped many, many women start their coaching businesses. You have gone through the year-long Divine Living Certified program, which really gets you started so you know exactly what you're doing and how to do it. But for all of the other individuals who maybe didn't have access to the types of trainings that you have had, and I know that you have been stuck in the past, what is it really that keeps other individuals stuck when it comes to creating their business, and how can they get unstuck? Can you give us some enlightenment on that?
Yeah, I think that's a great question, Lucy. So I feel like whenever we're stuck, we are not, like, we're thinking very small. That's my thing. So if you are listening to this and you're watching this and you're like, oh, but I'm stuck, I know it might sound like a hard slap in the face, right? But like, we're thinking small when we feel stuck. Because when we're stuck, we're trying to like make do with the resources and knowledge we have right there. But what's interesting is that there's so much resources available and so much like support and information available. And when we start looking beyond, it's easy to get unstuck. So stuckness for me is a mindset thing. It's a mind thing. So to get unstuck, we got to think bigger.
Wow. So can you give me some examples on how you've been able to think bigger when you were stuck in those little areas that you've got caught up in?
So let's talk about when I started my business. So one of the main areas I felt stuck when I started was money, which is interesting, right? Because I work on this now. But it was money. You know, I was working a full-time job making literally, Lucy, $1,200 a month. Imagine $1,200 a month, and I had no clue how I was going to do anything. I felt stuck. Like I didn't see how I was going to make the money. I didn't know how that was going to happen. My boss at the time was kind of strict. Like he didn't even like the idea of me doing anything. He was very like strict with us, right? So in that space, making that little money with that restriction, that limitation, I couldn't see the possibility, and that's what made me feel stuck. So what I did in that moment, I started looking for people who could see the other way, because I was like here and I could only see here, but I had to go I had to look at another angle, right? And I had to look for someone who was in the other angle that could tell me, Sherina, it doesn't have to be that way. And that's where I found coaching. That's where I found coaching, and I got support there, because that's where my coach, my support group was like, Sherina, what if you do this, if you save this much, and if you do this much, you could do this, or you could, and it was like opening me up. What if you talk to your boss like this? And like that, having that information, that support, that coaching, that mentoring really helped me to see beyond what was there. It helped me see bigger, right? And seeing bigger, Lucy, was honestly, what led me to get unstuck. And I think in every time I've felt unstuck, I tend to like see small. So it's like thinking bigger, looking for support, asking for opinions, like looking beyond what's there. So looking beyond, talking to women who are making more, like just having that really opened my mind up. Like you have no idea.
Wow, Sherina, that is really important. And you touched upon so many different things that all of the successful entrepreneurs have touched upon is find somebody who is beyond where you're at and really start paying attention to them and following through with their advice.
Yeah.
It's so crucial. You can find people who are beyond where you're at, but not necessarily listen to them. And you're telling all of us that in order to get unstuck, the best thing is find somebody, listen to what they're doing, pay attention to them, and see things at a different angle. And that's really so crucial for us to understand as entrepreneurs, because a lot of times, as you have been and as I have been, sometimes we see things through a little funnel. And I love the way you're explaining that you took the action to get coaching. And one of the things that you teach is about money. And you have learned how to clear your own blocks, how to upgrade your mindset, and how to really start making money to have clients and building a business that people want to build. But can you tell us a little bit, what is the raw truth of money and how can you create more of it in your life?
Yeah, I think the truth, honestly, of money is that it's just energy. I think so many of us feel like, oh my God, money is like this thing that is like different from us. But like at the end of the day, everything, in my belief system and this is what I feel, right? Everything's made up of energy, and so is money. So when we realize that money is energy and we are made of energy and we're the same thing at the end of the day, it just it's like this shock sometimes to people, like, oh, it's the same thing, like it's energy. Right? So having that knowledge, right? Okay, it's just energy. You can really start freeing people up on what it really is and start creating that good relationship with it.
Wow. So you're really alliterating is that money is energy, we are energy, all of it is a part of us. And so many of us as entrepreneurs or as individuals and in particular, we have been taught that we're separate from money, we're separate from people, we're separate from everything, and that makes us feel isolated as entrepreneurs, especially when we're gifted, because as an entrepreneur, you have to be a little bit different from the rest of the people in order to make your business successful.
Exactly.
Wow.
That's exactly it. Yeah.
Wow, that is so incredible. And now you mentioned that we're money and money's energy and vice versa. So can you tell us how exactly were you able to bring more money into your life once you realized that I'm energy, money's energy, and we're the same at the end of the day? How do you make that so that it actually fills your life more?
I think it's making peace with it. Honestly speaking, I think it's making peace with money, because I feel like many of us, like, grow in this programming and this thinking that there's not enough money and that money's hard and it's tough and this, that, money's separate, money's the root of all evil, right? All of these beliefs. And what happens that when we grow into it. So for me, realizing, okay, money's energy and making peace with that energy. Because I noticed, like, at least for me, I had this thing with this energy, like this block, like I like to call it, right? This big block around money and me. And it was like, no, money is available for me, and like making peace with it as though you would make peace with someone. Let's say you were in a relationship. And if you want more love in that relationship, what would you do? You would treat it better. You'd treat the person better. You would go on. You'd make peace with it. You'd figure out what's going on and make amends with it. And, have high thoughts and respect for that, wouldn't you? Same with money. So for more money to come in my life, what I started doing was, respecting money more. The small little things I used to do, Lucy, was like, I used to not leave my money thrown around. I used to respect it. I used to fold it nicely, put it in my wallet. I used to respect it by not just throwing it away or using it in things that I didn't want, like being very mindful of who I was giving my money to, for what, all that, because I wanted to make sure the energy I was putting to something was something I was in alignment with me because I wanted to make peace with that energy. I started doing money dates. So every Friday, and I still do them on the day to day, I sit down for an hour and a half and I look at all my accounts. I look at what I need to pay, what I don't need to pay, the money that is coming in, and make peace with all it. Just being aware, okay, I have this here, and looking all of that, right? And noticing, I'm feeling triggered with this is what's going on, and doing the work, doing the clearing that I need to do so I can keep on getting better in that relationship. Because same with the person, right? If you had a loved one, you have to date that person, even if you're in a marriage, right? Mm-hmm. I have clients who are married, and they always talk about if you stop dating, if you stop spending time, where's the passion will go away. So the same with money, we tend to and I have clients who've made money and they don't give that love or dating with it, time with it, and they let it go. It's spending that time, respecting it, dating money, sitting down, looking at the money, see how you feel about it, that type of things. Those are the things I started doing, Lucy, that really started opening that door gate, I feel, for money to flow. And then from there, Lucy, what I did was, once I started doing that, making that peace, you could say, with money, I started asking myself why I wanted money. I got really, really clear why I wanted it. So for me, when I started, one of the reasons I wanted to make money was to be able to leave my job. I wanted to travel the world. I wanted to have my own place. To do all these things, which many of you listening might be like, that's what I want to do too. So what I did was starting getting clear. Okay, I want to travel to Paris. How much is my trip to Paris? How much money do I really desire? Like you said, the Divine Living certification, which now I've done a master's certification with them, right? So all that was investment. So how much did I need? And then being clear on how much I needed, and I took it to my business and then was like, okay, if I want to make this much per month, as an example, what needs to happen each month? And I got my coach to support me, right? I got my business mentoring coach to support me, to help me build a business plan to make that money. And then I just followed the plan. That's where the money came in. That was my steps towards it.
Wow. That is amazing, Sherina. And the really most important thing is making peace with money, not making money wrong. Because if you make money wrong, you're going to do everything you possibly can to stay away from it, because we are taught what's right and what's wrong, and you always stay away from that what's wrong. And making time to really be honest with yourself and be honest with your money when you have a date night with money. So you look at how much money is coming in, how much money is going out, and you look at if there's not more, if you need more money coming in, what do you need to do?
Exactly. Because I feel like a lot of people who see stress out and freak out about money, and they're like, oh my God, I have so many expenses. I'm like, let's look at how much expenses. I'm freaking out about the bill, the mortgage, the credit cards. I'm like, okay, write down how much you need. I need $2,000. How much are you making per month? $3,000. Why are you stressing out? You know what I mean? It's sometimes by just putting it down, looking at it, it takes the freak out away. It takes that stress away. It takes that anxiety away. You know what I mean? Because we tend to in our mind, because it's not written and we think of it in the mind, we tend to make it more bigger than it needs to be.
Exactly. And writing it down is so important so that we can really pay attention to where it's at, and where we're putting our attention is where the energy does flow.
Exactly.
And you're specifying, instead of focusing on all the money that's going out and all your bills, focus on what's coming in and what do you need to do to make more of it come in.
Exactly. That's very important.
Very important. So Sherina, you have this very special 12-step program. And can you just briefly explain a little bit about your 12-step program to create a business with money flow?
Yeah. So there's a process I take my clients who are looking to, work their mindset around money, have a better relationship with money, and, build their business. And in my experience, right, Lucy, I have noticed that, women, we tend to do it the wrong way. We tend to build a business and do that masculine part. And we tend to not do the work, that inner work, on really looking at our beliefs around money, our relationship with it. We tend to ignore it. So I've designed, you could say, these 12 steps to really help women have like a guideline. And these are the same 12 steps that I actually teach in my programs, because I feel it's so important. Like, I think for many people, like having that guideline can be super duper important. And basically these are the steps. Like number one is like really understanding money, mastering money. What is it? Where does it come from? Like really understanding it. So many of us don't understand it, and we tend to because we don't understand it, we tend to be scared of it. We tend to have fear of what we don't understand. So that's number one step. You cannot build a business that it's all around money if you're scared of it, right? So that's number one. Number two is, I feel like you got to really get clear on who your ideal client is. You got to really get clear on that. Because if you don't know, you want to build a business and you don't know who you want to work with, or at least have an idea, it can be very challenging. Number three is to really clear these money blocks. Once you understand what money is, really clear the fears, the trauma, the limiting beliefs, the limiting thoughts, strong emotions around it. Because, we can't build a good relationship with money if we have those traumas and those fears in the back of our mind, in the subconscious. And that's the work I mainly do. I help women clear those in their subconscious, right? Through tapping and really cool techniques. Four, once you're clear on who you want to work with, you got to build that community. Any business you do, I have noticed, at least for me, instead of putting things out there and trying to force people to buy, I'm a big believer in building a community, right? Of people who are interested in what you do, what you offer, and then realize with them what they want, and then create that program, right, that they desire. So then again, going to step number 5, again, comes to money, really learning how to make money, how to manifest or create money, right? I think it's so important, and this is a step we tend to ignore. And step number 6, right, Lucy, is to build that package, that program. Once you have the list, the community, building something, right, that they want. I tend to, in the beginning, I used to always, I don't know if you did this, Lucy, but in the beginning, I used to create this amazing program that I thought that was amazing, but then I used to give it to my people and nobody bought, nobody. Did this happen to you, Lucy?
Yes, that's. I believe that happens to all of us. We think we know what our clients want, but after a couple of tries, you discover that you sell the product first and then you build it.
Exactly. So it's building that package according to what your people want. I just launched a new program of mine, and it took me 3-6 months to build it and to really clarify what I wanted. And I took my time because I really wanted to research my people, what they really, really want, all of that. And it was a multi-6-figure launch. And it was a success because I feel I really gave people what they really wanted versus trying to shove it to them. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So step number 7, once you do that, right, you got to reprogram your relationship with money. You got to reprogram your mind around money. We talked about clearing your money blocks. Now it's time to build that mindset around money, really building that, how do you say, that relationship with those beliefs around it. That belief that there is more than enough money, that you always will have money, you have lots of money, all these things. So because we attract what we are thinking, but so many times our thoughts are not in alignment with what we want, right? So learning how to do that, learning how to really reprogram your mind is really important. And then the marketing, that's the step number 8, marketing. So many people don't want to market. And I say in business, the 2 things you need to know, and this I learned from my own coach and mentor, is marketing, sales. If you are not spending time, energy, and money in marketing, sales, how are you going to make money, right? Mm-hmm. So that's important. And step number 10 is learning how to set business goals, having that business plan, that business goals, and learning how to claim your business needs and desires, depending on what you need, how to get that. I think so many of us, especially as women, we feel unworthy of receiving support, of help, and stuff like that, but really learning how to build that and get that, right? Step number 10, again, now is sales, mastering the sales, how to sell, whatever it is that you're selling to, whoever it is that you choose to sell to, how to do that. Step number 11 is managing money. Once you start making money, this was my biggest mistake, Lucy. My 4th month in business, I had made my first $10,000. My first year, Lucy, I made my first 6 figures. But guess what happened? End of the year, guess how much was in the bank? Just guess.
Not much.
Zero. I was in
Zero.
debt. I was in more debt than when I started.
Wow. Wow.
Guess what? I did not manage money well. I did not know how to manage it. I did not manage it well. So learning, this is a very important step in business because I see this all the time. We tend to make more money and invest it all the same day. And it's like, how are we going to pay our staff next month? It's like, we didn't think about these things. You know what I mean? So like really thinking in that way, having long-term contracts. If money comes in your business, how are you going to, manage it? I think it's really, really important. And then step number 12 is building that team, the foundation, the structures in your business so you're making that consistent income, month after month after month. And then, eventually doing passive income and stuff like that, which I think is also very important.
Yes. Multiple streams of income and passive income is extremely important. And that's one of my favorite things is creating multiple streams of income and how to create passive income so that you can sustain your business if you're just starting out, even if you're just building and growing, and so that you can have time and work part-time, have more freedom, and be able to have multiple streams of income. But in order for that...
I think it's important because we tend to want to jump.
Yes. Yeah. Many people tend to do that. So one of the things that women tend to do is we have this block. And you were talking about the 12 steps to creating a business with money flow, but we also have talked about how to get unstuck and the raw truth about money. But what are the 3 main blocks that you've noticed that are holding most women back from money flow? And do you have a little secret or a technique that you do in order to help women to get past these main blocks that you've discovered?
Yeah, this is such a good question because I love working these blocks. It gets me excited because it's so in these years of working with so many women from all around the world in business, these are the 3 things that I've noticed for women. Number 1 block for them is their worthiness and their self-confidence. They do not feel worthy of charging, of receiving money, of investing money, of getting the best coach out there. And that's the main block. And the reason it's a block, right? People might be like, oh, but my confidence has nothing to do with money, or my self-worth has nothing to do with money. But it has all to do with it, right? Self-value, self-confidence is value and money is value. So really clearing that, you realizing your value, it's really important because that's one of the ways you can make more money when you clear that number 1 block. The second block I have noticed for women is being visible. Women, I've noticed, are really scared of putting themselves out there. And when you are creating a business and wanting to create that money flow, you got to be okay with putting yourself out there. I think 4 years ago, Lucy, I would have never come on camera doing this interview feeling the way I feel today with you like this. I think I would have been so scared to do this, honestly. So, really clearing that, all around that, I think is really crucial. And the third thing is sales. I think women, the number 1 block in business is sales. And sales is all of it. If you're not doing sales, I had a woman come to me, Lucy, the other day, and she's like, I'm not making money. I need help making money. I'm like, perfect. Let's see how much proposals are you doing? She's like, none. Are you building your package, your service? Are you selling? She's like, no, I have a block with selling. I don't believe in selling. And I'm like, how are you going to make money? How are you going to make money? And she had this block, this mindset block. And these blocks that I share with you guys are these mindset blocks. She had this big block with her, but I don't want to be the sleazy salesman that call you and they don't let you live. And I'm like, whatever you do, I don't care. But if you don't sell, how is your business going to make money?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
So clearing that, clearing those limiting around those sales. And I think many women have that thing around sales, sales, it's sleazy, I don't want to be salesy. And it's you're being of service, in my opinion. But so really clearing that in their minds so they don't feel like they're pushing, rather they're supporting someone. You know what I mean? Exactly.
And one of the main things that women entrepreneurs really need to understand is when you put yourself out there, when you let people know, hey, I'm available, I provide this service, and this is how I can empower you. It's not salesy. You are bringing somebody else up to a level that they're looking to bring, and you're doing it with honor and integrity. And so you are actually saving these people from being so desperate that they go find somebody else who doesn't know what they're doing, and they get taken. So putting yourself out there and allowing people to know about your services is so crucial. And people say, I don't want to be a sleazy salesperson. Well, if you're not a sleazy person, you're not doing sleazy sales. It's as simple as that.
It's true.
Absolutely.
So true.
Sherina, you have been such a phenomenal person, and I know that you have something very, very special for our guests. Can you tell our guests a little bit about your free gift that you have for them, and how can they get a hold of it?
Yeah, so what I wanted to offer everyone here is basically to get them started, right? To get them started on building that business, right? And learning how to, build that coaching business, building that money flow. So I'm actually going to be gifting you some audios to help you with that, some audio training. So you can actually go to my website, SherinaMayani.com, and you can just put your name and email in the website, and you'll get an access to your email on these free audio I'll be giving away.
Wow. So your website is SherinaMayani.com.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
they get these beautiful audios on how to clear their blocks. Fabulous.
Yeah.
Fabulous. Is there anything else that you would like to tell our audience before we have to sign off?
Yeah, I think the number one thing that I want everyone listening and watching this today is, like, if you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling like, oh my gosh, and Lucy, you don't understand my situation. The shift, the change, the money flow, the business happens when you start taking responsibility for every single thing in your life. So if you're going to stay stuck in victim, nothing happens there. I was stuck there for years and nothing happened. It's only when I shifted, started taking responsibility for every single thing in my life, that things started shifting for me. I took responsibility for it. So if you're looking to build business and create upgraded mindset around money and make more money and impact, my recommendation to you would be to take responsibility for everything. Start taking responsibility for your business, for your money. If it's a failure or it's not, take that responsibility. You will see in the power of being responsible. You will realize that you also have like the power to change it if you want to. So it all starts with you taking that responsibility. Like, I cannot stress that enough. And I think it's an important message to share with the listeners and viewers today.
Absolutely. Well, Sherina, thank you so kindly for being on the Wealthy Wednesday show. This has been a blast, and I'm really excited that you've taken time out of your really busy schedule. You're so incredible, and you're really making a difference in so many women's lives. So congratulations and thank you.
Thank you.
I'd like to say to my audience, you are why I am creating the Wealthy Wednesday show, so that I can empower you in order for you to create more money, more freedom, and have more joy in your life. And I would like to invite you to check out my website at lucymcmonagle.com. That's LucyMcmonagle.com. And find out the other fabulous guests that I have had on the Wealthy Wednesday show, or check out my articles that I've created specifically for women entrepreneurs. So until next time, many blessings.
Thanks for listening to the Wealthy Wednesday show with Lucy McMonagle. That's on every Wednesday. Join us next time for more inspiration and empowerment from various topics and expert guests. To personally contact Lucy McMonagle, visit LucyMcmonagle.com. That's LucyMcMonagle.com. Until next time, Many blessings.